So, a doctor in California has just been found guilty of second-degree murder by unaliving his wife and then staging the scene to look as if she fell down the stairs. This case is 7 years in the making, and by the looks of it, he's looking at 15 years to life in prison. This is 58-year-old Eric Scott Sills. He lived in San Clemente, California with his family, where he worked as a doctor, but he wasn't just any ordinary doctor though. He was a world-renowned fertility doctor who just didn't help people have kids, but also wrote books about it. He worked in both the US and in Europe. He started his own company called the Center of Advanced Genetics, where he was a medical director there. He wasn't the only person that worked there as well. His wife, who was 45-year-old Susan Sills, also worked for the company as a co-founder, where she handled the business side of the company. Now, Eric enjoyed what he did because he enjoyed seeing the smiles on people's faces once he was able to give a miracle for those that weren't able to produce kids on their own. One thing he would do is he would tell the husbands that their wives were pregnant just so they can deliver the good news for themselves. Now, the couple has been married for over 10 years and they also have 2 kids, which were twins, a boy and a girl. Now, like most couples, they had their ups and downs, including when it comes down to money. But everything changed in 2016 when everything went downhill from there. So in 2016, Susan and her friends created a little bet because during that time period, they didn't believe President Trump was going to become president. So Susan made a bet saying that if Trump becomes president, then she would post a topless photo of her on her social media page. Now, Susan didn't believe she was going to lose until she actually lost. So as part of the deal, she posted on her social media page, even though there was text message between her and her friends saying that they believe her husband would be upset once he finds out that she posted on her social media. In which it did upset him to a point where they got into an argument over it because he felt that he was humiliated by it. Susan responded to his text by saying that she feels that he is smothering her and killing her and that she can't be in a relationship anymore. So on November 12th of 2016, Susan has been staying in her daughter's room because she felt she had a migraine and she wouldn't be bothered by anybody. So during the time period, she was staying in her daughter's room just trying to get better. But on the morning of November 13th of 2016, tragedy would strike when Susan was found at the bottom of the stairs, unresponsive. Eric had called 911 stating that he had found his wife's lifeless body at the bottom of the stairs, and so when homicide detectives got there, that's when they had pronounced her dead. Now, at first it was going to be ruled as an accident because just the way she was staged, but upon examination from the coroner later on, they have found that the injuries to her face and neck did not match the injuries from falling down the stairs. And so that's when the coroner switched it from accidental to homicide, but due to the fact that there wasn't enough evidence to charge the husband, they had to go in this whole long spree of trying to find as much evidence they possibly can to even charge with anything. Now, during their investigation, detectives would find out that the room that Susan was staying in, they had found bloodstains on the curtains, as well as a clump of hair that was found underneath the bed. Investigators had determined that a violent situation had occurred in the daughter's bedroom, and once he had unalived his wife, he went ahead and staged it to look as if she fell down the stairs. Investigators were impressed because it was staged so well, they had a hard time trying to prove that it was homicide. So in 2019, Eric Scott Sills was arrested and was charged with second-degree murder. The prosecutor in the trial would go on to say that he was diabolical in not just killing his wife, but also staging it to look as if she fell down the stairs, and that this took calculated plan to commit this crime in the first place. And that he was both ruthless and selfless in killing his wife and leaving both his children without a mother. His defense team would go on to say that prior to her death, she was suffering from a migraine, she was not eating, and on top of it, she was on Valium and other pain medications. And that she just simply lost her footing and fell down the stairs and injured herself. They would also use Eric's previous marriage as a defense by saying that he was previously married and also had kids by his first wife, and that he has never had a history of any violence, and that he paid his alimony on time. And that everybody that knew the family knew that they was a tight-knit family. But in December of 2023, he was found guilty of second-degree murder. He is currently being held to his sentencing date in March of 2024, where he could be looking at 15 years to life in prison.